Okay, this is section 2.3, part 2. We left off with talking about graphing horizontal and vertical lines. Suppose I want to graph the line x equals negative 3. Be careful with this. A lot of times students will graph this exactly opposite of the way they're supposed to. They look at x equals negative 3 and they know the x-axis goes like this, so they think that the x equals negative 3 also goes like this, when in fact this is exactly the opposite of what the answer should be. So I know that the x-axis goes like this, but the equation of the line x equals negative 3 is actually right here. It is a vertical line at negative 3. So be very, very careful. Even though this is the x-axis, this is the line x equals negative 3. So if you want to graph y equals 4, and if this is the y-axis, you have to be perpendicular to graph y equals 4. All right, slope-intercept form. If you have a word problem and it asks you to write a model, and there's one rate, your answer is going to look like y equals mx plus b, where m is the rate that's per year, per month, per day, per mile. Anytime you say that word per, you're going to multiply times the variable. Be careful with this one. If I'm decreasing, that means I need to go down, which means I need to be negative. So between 1990 and 1998, Riverton's population decreased by about 150 people per year. The population was 75,450 in 1990. Write a linear equation to model the situation. Let t represent the number of years since 1990. So y equals my rate, that's the one that's per year, that's the one that gets multiplied times the variable, and since I am decreasing, it's going to be negative. And the other number, the b, that is what we started with. That's the flat fee. That's what we start with, in this case, 75,450. When you want to model a situation in real life when you have two rates, that's when you're going to write your equation in standard form. Standard form is for two rates. Student tickets to a football game cost $3 each. When it says each, that means per person. That means it's a rate. And adult tickets cost $6 each. Notice I have two rates. Ticket sales at Friday's game totaled $3,000. Write an equation that shows the number of student tickets, S. So what was my rate for my student tickets? That was 3. And I realize that looks like a 5, but it's an S. Put a line there just so you know it's not a 5. And adult tickets, A. And adult tickets, which we're going to call A. Okay, so this is for the student tickets, this is for the adult tickets, and this is going to equal the total. So the total was $3,000. 3 times S plus 6 times A is equal to 3,000. All right, you know what's coming up. You are going to have it writing time over this. So part 2 I realize is pretty short, but that's kind of nice. Short and sweet.